Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright is Attorney. Today we're starting the first trial of Turnabout Goodbyes and meeting a very important character to this whole series. Kinda helped kickstart, the entire thing. So let's get started, shall we? December 26th, 9:44 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Karma? That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He's a god of prosecution, Wright. A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10.
So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth?
Something like that.
And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out.
Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20.
That's pretty ruthless.
Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. And I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya?
Uh-huh.
We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think?
Oh. I can't. Sorry, I really tried, but I couldn't reach.
You couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again.
Oh man, what bad timing.
I'm really sorry. I'll try my best.
I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. December 26th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 3. There he is. There's the evil man. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would not stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution, I call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something?
How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks really nervous. Please take a look at this map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were two men on the boat. No, there happened to be a woman camping there on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she had two pistol shots, and then the boat started to move. I went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map added to the court record. Testify to the court about your arrest. Now. Overhead map. Type map. Submitted as evidence by Detective Gumshoe. Overhead map of Ford Lake. Touch the check button for a detailed view. Manfred Von Karma, age 65, gender male, veteran prosecutor who hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Edgeworth's mentor.
Wait, Mr. Von Karma.
Yes?
Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings.
Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
Yes, of course. You're quite right.
No, he's not. Witness testimony. The arrest of Edgeworth. The man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. No, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, the body was found in the lake, so we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
I see. Very well.
Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now.
I don't like this man. He scares me.
The man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight.
You received a call from a man?
Yep.
But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right?
That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously.
Different people?
There are 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I've summoned the woman who was camping.
The woman who was camping?
What a heart. What happened next, detective? We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could.
How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake?
Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
Our motto for the month is get there quick.
Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Do that and you'll be able to look forward to your next salary review.
So much to look forward to these days.
This is no time for daydreaming. Continue.
Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth.
What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then?
Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. So scary.
Man, he's got his share of objections.
No, I didn't suspect him of anything at all.
Why didn't you think he was suspicious?
You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting, poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. You're so mean to me, pal.
Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good.
Continue, now. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake.
Did you find any clues on the body?
A single bullet was recovered from the body. It was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike burn, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence. Pistol bullet. Added to the court record. I'm not going to present anything. Just want a pistol bullet type weapon submitted as evidence by Detective Gumshoe. Found in the victim's body. Fired from a .22 caliber pistol.
So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
Why is that?
Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon. The pistol.
Detective Gumshoe. That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony.
Right. Sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence.
What about the pistol made it decisive evidence?
It's a fucking pistol, dumbass.
Ah, he has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth.
There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. There were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand.
What? Order! Order! So, Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Pistol added to the court record.
Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol.
Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings?
Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings.
Nick, he's glaring at me.
Very well. I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Me? Why me? Fuck it, we ball. Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate.
Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
Order! Order!
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge?
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However...
You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge?
Yes?
What are you doing? A 10-minute recess now.
But wait, I...
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man.
Yes! This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running this court anyway?
December 26th, 11:09 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon? And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True? Was that you in the boat?
Yes, it was me.
What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did?
I don't know.
You don't know. Weren't you right there?
I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself.
You mean it was a suicide?
That's the only explanation I can come up with.
Huh?
How am I going to convince anyone of that?
Say, Maya.
Huh? What?
Any progress with Mia? Progress, not progress.
Oh, sorry. It's no good.
Nah.
I know. I'm no good for anything, me and my Nick. If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right?
No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right?
It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits.
Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out.
Really?
Whoa. Right. What the fuck? Don't jinx this case any worse than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh. Sorry. Whoops.
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart? You are a research student at the university?
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. Witness's account. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't an nary a thing on the lake but that boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence.
Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove you from the court if I do not have order immediately.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth.
Order! I will have order.
Well, Judge,
the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about the case. Very well, this court finds the defendant.
Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well, if you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then, I will have you held in contempt of court.
Okay, so my phone just tried to make me force me to restart it, which is very fucking weird. But, I said no.
I'm gonna have to combine two videos now.
Nick? Contempt?
Contempt of court, you know?
I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony?
I think I noticed one little thing.
Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine this witness. Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
Oh my god, I should put it right there. Witness's account. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradictions, but really... I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. I was in my car. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with the case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Oh, wait now. I'm the one who says that. Well then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. I heard this bang come up from the lake. So, you weren't looking at the lake at the time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents on a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking you if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Then there was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't there anything on the lake but that boat. Are you sure about that? Sure, yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained. Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you're unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honor... You keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood. Nick, Lana's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean, but if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hold it! Who was that? It was me.
Maya?
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea, treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough, Judge. Declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave.
No! No!
Wait! I was the one who made that outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
Huh. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wrong.
What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have the right to cross-examine her again. Order! 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 Shut the fuck up!
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
Fuck no! I'm sorry, Mr. Von Gar, but I cannot.
What?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he's in contempt of court.
No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could do. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Good luck.
Maya!
I salute you, Maya.
Psst, I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses.
I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. That last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what about the other man?
You cannot expect me to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claim there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it. If you can.
Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty. Fuck. Damn! That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. Wait, what will Maya say? Wait, is that it? Damn. I just fucking said the exact same thing as Phoenix. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. The photo I took. The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat.
Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? What? Mr. Wright has a point. No. That's why I told her not to say that in a testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. I almost said miss. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course, I said I could and I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. Finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem. You used binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. You're right, it was a cold night, and the mist was thick as grits. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types. Types has never found a gal where I'm from. Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it seems. Nobody loves me. So, once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in my car. Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic. The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Ugh, fuck. I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. It's a very loud car. I might do my dash. No, it is not. Playing music loud. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear you. The camera is set up to take pictures of meteor shower. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake What made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth? No unnecessary comments, please. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him? I did, yeah. Enough. There is no room for doubt in her testimony. She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many von Karmic objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. You're right, it was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. The camera was set up particularly shooting in the shower. I don't believe you. You're photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point the camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Oof! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying... I think that's supposed to be the judge. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at God Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof of something? Let's see your proof that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Very well, that's it. And no joking around this time, please. Here is proof that... And that's supposed to be Phoenix. Here is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun was fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad, are you? Are all you lawyers that smart? So, smart boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You're hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart? Why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine, I'll testify. But it won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Lada's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time.
And then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. No, the witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction? Sorry, I had to check time. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself, you must have something in mind. That would be a first. Very funny, fuck you too. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. I'm an investigative photographer. An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press? It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There's a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You know what? An unidentified flying object? A UFO. That's when I had a sort of revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah, they even had him up on the TV. I'm not sure that appearing on the local news rumor of the month show qualifies. Last month's show was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also added a picture of him in the newspaper for real. Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera? Yep, borrowed it from a friend at the university. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So, how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera triggered was that night. But that's all I was hiding. I think it's time you told us what you felt you had to hide your true... I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shitterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually. Mr. Wright, I will not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case. Ran out of breath. Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told her to keep quiet. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else to look at, so we just watched the boat the whole time. There wasn't much else to look at? Yep. I don't know. If she heard her bang and she thought Gordy was out there, I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, perhaps I'm getting there. I saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and I heard another gunshot. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe you was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore either. I'd better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. Yeah. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? You don't want to step over here and say that again? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order! Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You'd need them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars out and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took the photo and... Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who was shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality I might, but she'd let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth, or worse. What should I do? Miss Hart, look at this photo. Look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You're the one who told me not to show in court in the first place. You old fool. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart? Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Oh, it's not in the court record yet. Fake photo added to the court record.
Happy now, Mr. Wright.
Taking him out of the toilet.
No ruffles.
There has to be something.
You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. Little good has it done any of us. That is why I requested she not show it.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination
is over, obviously.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence? A decisive witness? What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo. Somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do?
Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Here, Your Honor.
The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
The hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence.
This man's left hand does what?
Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts.
I forgot to look at the pistol. Oh no, I didn't.
I think I did. Pistol, type weapon, submitted as evidence by Detective Gumshoe. The murder weapon, .22 caliber, fired 3 times, bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand.
The evidence is clear.
The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth.
Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired that pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely. So I prove Edgeworth's innocent, but because they don't have another suspect, they're still gonna prosecute him and put him on trial and shit. Stupid. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim?
Pocket wee ball.
There is only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Order! Order! So, you are saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question.
What?
An examination of the victim's wounds reveals the distance at which he was shot.
The distance?
The victim was clearly not shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. There is no way it could have been suicide. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course. I'd already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Autopsy report updated in the court record. Time of death sometime on the 24th or 25th, shot from approximately 1 meter away. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for 1 day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. The court is adjourned. December 26th, 1:15 p.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Whew! That was a close one. Hey! Don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, Wright. Well, yeah, but what happened out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you say that, Edgeworth. Jerk. I requisitioned a transcript of Lana's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Lana's deposition added to the court record. To be continued. Save! Yes, I want to save. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay, so that'll do it for today, folks. We'll do the investigation tomorrow. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.